Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's week 4 in the NFL. We're talking right now with SBR contributor Doug Upzone. We're going to do our weekly segment, False Favorites and Hot Dogs. Doug Upzone, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, Peter, I am glad to be back here. And yes, this little segment has done pretty well. I just missed 3-0 last week with Denver's comeback, but they just didn't quite get it done in overtime, giving up the touchdown, which prevented the 3-0 week. But overall, we're 6-3 to start this off. So, hey, looking good so far.
All right, well, it's a tough assignment for you to force you to make 3 of these kinds of picks every week, but you don't care. You have the handicapping chops to do it. So let's hear what your first false favorite of the week is.
My first false favorite, Peter, is San Diego. Now, it's not in the traditional sense. It's just the way that they plays out with their schedule. You know, they opened at Arizona, a really tough assignment. 6 days later, they had to come back and take on the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle. Did a great job. Last week, the following week, they had to travel from west to east for an early start at Buffalo. And yet, once again, they came through in that particular game, which we had right here. But now their situation sets up as just a normal home week. And playing Jacksonville, who's been outscored, I believe, 119-27 in their last 10 quarters, I'm not sure what the interest level is going to be for San Diego this week. So I'll put them down as a false favorite, giving 13 points.
All right, interesting analysis, Doug Upzone. I was kind of thinking maybe a play on the over with that one, you know, because Blake Bortles is going to be starting for Jacksonville, and you know, they'll try to get as up to speed with the offense as they can in that one, even if they are getting blown out. But all right, interesting analysis, Doug. What's your second false favorite or hot dog of the week?
Well, we got one more false favorite, Peter, and that is the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the San Fran last year started 1-2, just like this year, and in actually both losses last year they were blown out. So so it wasn't that big of it's not really considered to be that big of a deal. But there's a couple of problem areas I look at. They lead the NFL in penalties with 12 per game, okay, showing a real lack of discipline. Their defense continues to get older. They've lost some players over the last couple of years. And so far, and granted the season's only young, but they are dead last in third down stops in the NFL. Then we know about their failures in the second half where they've been outscored 52-3. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Philadelphia being 3-0. I'm not sure that that's really legit, but I know what is legit is that they're they outscored their opponent 74-24 in the second half. And when I'm looking at this game, I think the line's moving the wrong way on San Francisco, and I think they are a false favorite.
All right. Well, look, you know, San Francisco probably qualifies right now as the false favorite team of the year so far. Makes me a little bit nervous, though, that Nick Foles might have gotten a little bit banged up in his last game. They might come in here with you know, not with full energy, and that San Francisco might take out their you know, their anger and get a comfortable cover here. But I certainly, you know, fading the Niners this year as a favorite, not something I can disagree with at the moment. All right, what's your third recommendation for us this week, Doug?
My next one is a top dog, and is to go with Kansas City on Monday night against New England. Now, Kansas City was awful most of the fall, okay, or the August camp, and did not look good. They looked bad against Tennessee, but then they started to rebound when they played Denver and covered as 13-point favorites. Last week, with a banged-up team, they went into Miami and just crushed them, as we expected last week with 34-15 victory. And I think they'll continue to do some of the same things they did last week, which is move the ball around to a variety of players. And I like their pass rush going up what seems to be a very weakened New England offensive line and get after Tom Brady, who's never been mobile and, of course, is becoming increasingly less so as he's getting older. And when I look at this game overall, I think you're going to have a hot crowd with Kansas City. New England's a solid club, no question about it, but 4.5 points. I'll take them and have the Chiefs as this week's top dog.
Yeah, well, it's actually 3 or 3.5 right now market-wide, but I just previewed this game with Sean Higgs from NJWiseGuys.com, and that's what I said. I said, man, 3.5 points at home on a Monday night game with a team having as many problems as on offense as the Pats appear to have. That looks like kind of the side to be on, right? He completely agreed. That's what he recommended. Now you're coming on recommending the exact same thing. Yeah, I think so. Kansas City is a tough place to play. Monday night game, giving them 3.5 points. I'm agreeing with you, Doug Upzone. All right, thanks so much. Talk to you again next week.
Thank you, Peter.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.